Before we are going to watch this video, let me show you guys quickly something. Like, look at this. This is one of the mounts you can buy in the shop. That's my neighbor Papa Paissa. Like, holy shit. Look how cool this is. This brings back childhood memories. This is definitely a reference to My Neighbor Totoro. Look at this. This is so cool. Like, how can you not buy this? This is so freaking cool. This is like really tempting me to get this one. Because this was clearly a reference to My Neighbor Totoro. And this brings back childhood memories. Like, that was my youth. Like, holy shit. But anyway, let's have a look at Misshapen Chair's video to the Final Fantasy XIV Cash Shop.
Greetings, travelers. Final Fantasy XIV has a cash shop.
There's the mount.
I do not like cash shops in any video game, but I understand there is a need to make money. It's not as if this is a game where you have to pay a subscription fee in order to play it, and they already have a source of income.
And this is what pisses me the most off. This is something I hate about World of Warcraft, and I hate so much also in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I hate it in general. Like, ESO also has this kind of problem. Like, if New World has a cash shop, I don't care. Why? Because you pay one time, you don't have a subscription. And if you want like more stuff, okay, sell it, no problem. Lost Ark has one. I don't care because it's free to play. Genshin Impact has this kind of gambling system. But even here, I care actually less than I care in like WoW, for example. Because, like, if you are every month collecting already money from the player, because they are subscribed to your game and you have this kind of income, why do you need like a shop? Like, this is something I don't get. I mean, yeah, it's good for the company because they make more money and stuff, but the sad part is, just like I showed you earlier in this video, like, the mounts are often so freaking cool in the cash shop. Same in WoW and Final Fantasy XIV. Even like the glamour, like, holy shit, you have some really cool glamour in the shop. Like, you have freaking college uniforms, like high school uniforms. You have freaking samurai-like outfits. You have all like the cool stuff in the Final Fantasy XIV cash shop. And same in WoW. You sometimes get like cool transmogs that have like some cool glowing effect. Like mounts that have unique animations that you can't farm in-game. And I think that sucks.
Talking about the cash shop in Final Fantasy XIV usually has me met with one singular, all-encompassing response. It's not as bad as other games.
True.
Yes, I forgot that we have reached late-stage corporate greed where we all just now accept it as it is. I assume that your other hobbies include licking the boots of Bill Gates or gargling the cum of Jeff Bezos. Well,
What
that's
the
when
heck?
I say that I, too, have partaken in the secret Amazon sauce and purchased stuff for real money on the cash shop, too. This means that I am not
I will get
allowed
my
to
neighbor
critique it,
Papa
as it would
Paissa,
make
maybe.
me a massive hypocrite. But thankfully, I'm evil now, so I no longer give a fuck. Allow me to make myself clear. I despise cash shops in all video games. It doesn't matter how much I like the game or not. I would personally throw all of them into a pit and fill it with the currently very expensive gasoline and burn it all up if I had the power to do so. I think that they are inherently greedy and a way for corporate overlords to skim some extra cream off the top and put it into their shareholders' bank accounts.
And that's exactly what it is, because they know they can make a lot of money from that. Like, as long as there are like a lot of players buying from the cash shops in MMOs, like, they will push out more and more stuff, and they will always make sure this is like a little bit cooler looking than the stuff you can get in game. Like, it's crazy. I mean, Lost Ark is maybe not the best example because it's like free to play, but if you look there at like the armor looks you can get, like the glamour, like, they have some really cool looking stuff there. But I'm not blaming them too much because it's free to play. But if you see this like in like Final Fantasy XIV or WoW, like, you definitely feel way different, because, you know, like, just a couple of days ago, for example, they took a monthly payment from you because you're subscribed, and then they offer you stuff that looks just so good that you feel like you're gonna miss out on that. And if you see like stuff in shops that is like limited, like only available this month, and it looks like really cool, you feel like even more tempted to actually buy that, because you know, oh, next month it's not available. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this Papa Paissa mod is also just this month, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I'm like super tempted to get it, because I know maybe I won't get it for at least like a year or half year until they put it back, if they even put it back. Who knows?
It doesn't matter if the company claims that the money goes back into the game. This can never be truly verified unless they want to make all of their finances public knowledge, and I'm also supposed to trust that information. Something that almost no company will do, and something that I'm never going to take at face value anyways. Take it from me, I used to work for a non-profit organization that took donation money, and you bet that we all said that it went back into the place, while deep down, we knew that it was all a lie.
But that's just how companies function. This is the same with like this sounds very sad now, but there are sometimes like companies that say they will give money to poor people or something if you donate, but they're gonna keep a portion for themselves. Like, but that's just a fact. It's just how things are, and people have this kind of mentality, and this is often like that with the people that work. Like, they want to see some sort of improvement over the years. Like, let's say someone has a salary of $4,000 a month. Like, in the next year, they want to be at $4,200 or something. They want to have some sort of ladder that they are climbing, right? And if they can use something like cash shops or something to increase the salary, like, why wouldn't they do it? Like, it just makes sense, right? And yeah, by the way, guys, if you're new to this channel and you love MMOs, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because there's more Final Fantasy XIV and MMO content coming soon. And as long as there is a source that can increase the income, and they're gonna do this, like, they're gonna push out way more. I don't think this will ever start with cash shops.
Something that we had to tell ourselves so that we didn't feel bad at the weird second-hand extortion. At best, I think you can be kind of neutral towards it. When I see someone saying that Final Fantasy XIV has a good cash shop, I think that you've been manipulated. Something that is more painful to admit than to simply go along with. The best thing that the cash shop has going for it is that people like Final Fantasy XIV. This by itself is what helps placate the masses. However, if this game ever starts going downhill in the eyes of many, I guarantee that the cash shop will be one of the first things attacked and also cited as this game's downfall. So let's take a closer look at some things related to the cash shop. As a side note, the cash shop is not going anywhere, not because I have no power, but because it's too baked into the game at this point.
Yeah.
Let me debunk two claims that I see far too often in public and private discourse. First up, the cash shop sells mostly cosmetic items. This doesn't give players any intrinsic advantage and is not a good motivator. This is one of the stupidest things I have ever heard. Cosmetics are fucking king in multiplayer video games.
That's true. It's the same with freaking cars in real life. Like, yeah, in real life you can afford like a old school BMW or old school Mercedes or something like that, right? But what is if you could have like a freaking like new model, like the newest BMW, or you can have like maybe something like super crazy, like some sort of like super new Mercedes or something. Like, people, they will buy nice cars to look good in society. So people think, oh, they are rich, they are wealthy, they are doing fine. Like, people want to show off. Like, if you see someone like your neighbor drives with a Lamborghini and he's like showing off, oh, I have a new Lamborghini, look at this, like zoom, 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 I can go really fast with it, like I made it in life. Like, people want to show off. And this is the same with MMOs. If you have like this really cool mount or this cool outfit, like this super cool glamour, you're gonna like show off, and you're gonna walk proudly through Limsa Lominsa and fly around in Gridania and stuff, and just like be like, look at my cool mount, guys. Like, that's what people do. This is in real life and in game like that. If you have something to show off to other people, you're gonna do it. That's how it is.
Yes, I've joked about it, but like many jokes, there is a grain of truth there. Many players want to look cool in this game. I'd even say the majority do. How do I know that cosmetics are a good motivator? Well, for one, if they weren't making money, they wouldn't keep selling them. But it's also how they get people to populate all the content in this game. The old carrot and carrot approach to get players to do something they otherwise wouldn't. PvP rewards, Eureka rewards, Bosja rewards, and even the ultimate shiny weapons
They're not
themselves.
on the same level like the shop.
These are not here to reward players for doing those pieces of content, but to motivate players who otherwise wouldn't even try it.
True.
You think that some of these things are incredibly low populated now? Imagine.
This is how I feel in WoW. Like, I'm doing some old content, like old dungeons and stuff and raids, just because I want the freaking transmogs that looks, or because I know there's like a super rare mount that has like a 2-3 person drop chance, and if I do this like maybe like 30-40 times, I have the chance to get this freaking mount. And that's why I'm doing this kind of stuff. And that's the same with like in Final Fantasy XIV. Maybe I'm even like already a higher level or something like that. But then again, Final Fantasy XIV, everything scales anyway, so it's different like WoW. But maybe there's like a dungeon I did a couple of times, and I want to go like on, let's say, extreme mode or something, because only there I can get like a mount or something. I will do it. Like, that's my motivation too. I want the cool mount.
Imagine these instances without the cosmetic rewards on top of it. Hardly anyone would run something like Delibrum Regine Savage without that Cerberus mount as the cinnamon candy that you get for defeating the final boss.
Go high difficulty
I would
for
know,
that.
because that's the only reason that I ran that instance. Hell, I'd probably clear Baldestian Arsenal more than once if I wanted anything more than this cool amount that I do actually use. Although I do like attempting ultimate content purely for the sake of attempting to beat it, but ultimately failing because I suck at the game, that's about as far as it goes for me. I just like killing. If the shiny weapons didn't exist, I know an overwhelming number of people who would never even bother to step foot into the Thunderdome. The other argument usually goes
or they would just do like
cosmetics are
less
motivators,
difficulty.
but this game doesn't advertise the cash shop to you 24/7 and shove it down your throat. To
That's
that
good.
I say, well, I guess there isn't a pop-up, but that's because they don't need it. You know what the biggest advertisement in the world is? Seeing other players with those items in-game.
Yes, this happened to me too. I talked to some guy and he had like this really cool glamour on. He looked like a true samurai. I'm like, where did you get this traditional Japanese clothing? This looks so cool. I want to have this on my ninja and my samurai and stuff. I want to like also look cool like you. Can you tell me where I can get this? And he's like, you have to go to the shop to get it. That's how I learned about it. Same with like freaking mounts. There was once a really cool mount and I'm like, what is this? You have some sort of flying cat or what is that? Where can I get it? Yeah, you have to get it from the shop. That's how I learn about stuff too.
Every single person in this game sees the glamour and the mounts that other players are using, and they think to themselves, huh, that looks kind of cool.
Where do you get it from?
Where did they get it? And that's it. They
Just
already
like
got you. They don't need to advertise anything directly because that's what the player base is already here for. You see that hot and sexy item and wonder how you can acquire it. People run something like Copied Factory for those sweet 2B leggings that will make your character's booty bigger. People buy the Dalmascan drape top off the market board because they see someone else wearing it, and you end up buying the collegiate skirt because you like the way it looks.
And the prices go up.
It's
good for the market.
It's why people who don't care about glamour in this game are the outliers, the lone wolves of playing Final Fantasy. If the piece of glamour that you want to complete your perfect outfit is only obtainable through the cash shop, well, you better go get the wallet. There is another thing on the cash shop, though, something else that motivates people to buy it, the non-cosmetics. This includes the level skips. This is another thing that is bought and sold for the low price of insert currency and...
You know, it's funny. I think that's the only thing that in Final Fantasy XIV some players consider pay to win, right? Because you can skip through stuff. Yeah, this year. Because you could say in a way this is pay to win. Even though it's not, like, in my opinion, really pay to win. But if you can pay to be at endgame faster, that is pay to win, right? Because isn't, like, reaching endgame winning? So yeah, that's my opinion on that.
For the low price of insert currency and value here. It's very easy to assume that people only buy this for no good reason when there are a couple of real motivators. One is seeing a high-level player in the wild having fun, and the other is already leveling.
Oh, you can have fun early game in FF14
to level another job. You could put all the time and effort in, or just buy it. I know I did. Saved me a lot of my precious free time as well. Selling cheat codes is pretty funny to me. Some will tell you that this creates players who level skip and have no idea what to do, But you can make
It
it
often
work if
does.
you want to put the time and effort in. Leveling doesn't
And
even
people
really
quit
teach you how to
faster
play the
if they
game
do that.
anyways, and people who want to play well are going to put the work in regardless. It is not any different than unlocking Reaper at level 70 and then deciding that you don't want to read your tooltips. Still, I don't personally like the level skips despite me giving them money to keep selling them.
Yeah, you are first of all supporting that by giving the money, so it's more likely they're gonna even advertise it more, or the more people do it, the more will, cause like people will say, hey, I just boosted, I don't have to bother grinding, you should do it too. But besides that, what I feel like people miss out if they boost their character, like they don't really learn the mechanics and the way their job functions, because like if you're doing, for example, like the quest line for a job, like each chapter, you could say, in the quest line you learn like a certain new skill or something, and you advance slowly. So first you have only 3 or 4 of your job skills that you rotate around, then you get at some point a 5th or 6th, and then you learn how stuff works, like what to keep or how to manage your cooldowns, and you learn it slowly, step by step, by leveling up. But if you get like a character that has like the whole skills, like all the skills and everything from the beginning, you're gonna be very confused what to do, and it's gonna take a while to actually catch up and learn how to do a proper rotation and this and that. So I feel like it's way better to slowly advance and learn every single step by step, than to get everything at once and you don't know what to do.
Nah, who am I kidding? These are going to stick around forever, too. Remember, Final Fantasy
Sadly,
XIV
yes.
is a bit of a grind to get to the end game, but you can participate
It's a fun
with the
grind,
rest
though.
of the active community salivating at the newest story arc if you just hand over some money for that precious story skip as well.
Oh, don't do
I am
that.
not
The story's so
attacking the
beautiful.
community at large for excluding newcomers. This is just the nature of episodic plot, one that can be exploited
The
even
new
further
JoJo.
for monetary gain. Gotta get that sweet, sweet money. I'm not going to bring up having to buy these skips to create alt characters to play with different friends and different data centers, because in theory DC travel will mean they're not trying to exploit that anymore. But I will say that historically that's also been a big motivator for buying the skips. Want to change your race because they fucked you over for an entire expansion? Go get the money. Want the good dyes, but you don't want to illegally buy gil? Well, you better go get the green stuff. Want those cool emotes? Go get the cash. Want to spice
Oh,
up
yeah.
your ERP
And those
sex
light
dungeon?
sticks are
Better
always
spend that
wanted.
dough. You want to cosplay as a main character? Hand over that bread. You want to get a mount that is strictly faster for faster plot progression? Fork over the coin. The Cash Shop can do it all. Every single type of reward that you can get.
Like, I always hate how cool this stuff looks like. Or this motorcycle. Like, I've seen someone with a Spriggan. I've seen someone with like the motorcycle. I've seen the whale, and that's for true whales. I mean, just look at the freaking price, $42 in comparison to everything else. So you know already the whale is for the whales, right? Like, that's just how it is, right? Like, it's very obvious. Or like the cruise chaser. This one is also really cool. I saw someone with it. I asked, hey, where did you get that one from? Like, what must I do? Must I do like Alexander Savage Extreme? What must I do? Like, tell me. And he's like, no, sorry, you have to go to the shop. But the only one I may be getting, because it's my childhood, like Papa Paissa, like my neighbor Paissa. Like, shit, I'm so tempted to buy this one today.
Yet in the game,
Look, they're already
exist
pulling me
for
in.
real money.
Like, getting
Sure,
my wallet.
They're not going to be the exact same cosmetic, and they will continue to keep them separate, probably. But every type of reward that you can get by playing the game, there is a similar type of reward that you can get by letting the Square Enix CEO dip his grubby little fingers into your money hole. The only other thing that I want to talk about is simple. Event rewards. Another thing that you can either be subbed to the game at the time it comes out, or pay money afterwards to obtain the item.
Wait, they're afterwards on
I
shop?
guess that's fair. They make money either way. Although it's not like the event could give you all of the previous rewards and the new ones in addition to it for participating in a current event at the current time. Or just rerun the old events at all. Look, that's what I would do since I am a nice guy. I might be evil, but I'm not a monster. Although I am starting to feel like I shouldn't talk about anything in this game because I'm kind of surprised. Here I was, making this script a long time ago and revisiting it now, and you can now try on the Cash Shop outfits in-game. And I mean, fair enough, I guess.
That's good. It's an improvement. If I'm going to be able to
spend real money on something, I better be able to see how it will look for me in-game, but... yeah,
I think that was good that they did this, that you can now try it on and stuff. Like, because now you know what you invest in, and it's a win-win situation, you could say. For those that are willing to actually spend money on something, they can now double check if it will fit their character. Because I give you guys an example. There could be an outfit that looks really cool on a Mikote, for example, or Yor. But if you use it on like a Lalafell, it maybe looks strange, or on a, I don't know, Rogadin, for example. So you can try it now and see if it fits your race. Because sometimes you maybe see a character that looks really nice with an outfit, but is on a different race or different, maybe even gender. And then you're like, should I get this or not? Not sure. I can't try it on. That's the issue. But now you can, so it's more likely you will get it or not get it. And for the company, it's also a win-win situation, because now more people are willing to actually get stuff, because they're no more having the second thoughts if maybe this doesn't fit them or so. Because now they can double check and see.
I didn't really like getting a notification about that. Anywho, I don't really have much else to say. To anyone out there who thinks that this is the best version of a cash shop, I guess it is. But on the other hand, it's the best version of something that I personally think is bad by nature. It is a very shiny pile of shit. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. That is your business. But I guess I'm glad this game doesn't charge you real money for its loot box system. At least not yet.
Not yet.
So let's get
hope
out there
never
and
will.
make sure to buy the latest busty outfit for your big titty waifu.
Holy shit, yeah. Like I said, I find it always strange when I see cash shops in games where you have to pay a subscription monthly. Like it's dumb, because they're already getting your money anyway every month, right? And the fact that stuff looks way cooler in cash shops than in game, like what you can grind at like the most difficult content even. And this is so frustrating. Like imagine you clear a Savage, and you like took so much time to actually learn your rotation, to find a proper group for this and everything, and then you beat it, and your reward is half as good as the one you can get for $20 US or so. Like this is really frustrating then, like I don't know. But one thing is good though, it doesn't improve the power of your character. That's why I say it's not really pay to win. If it's just cosmetics, it doesn't matter. Even like level boosts, yeah, you get somewhere faster, but if I grind and I max out and I duel you in the PvP, I can still kick your ass even though you spend money to get there. Like for me, I care mostly in a game about my performance. Like I don't want my performance to be less than somebody else's because I didn't spend as much money. I feel like this is the only conflict I would ever like really have with the cash shop. Like yeah, I'm not having like the best thoughts or impression on cash shops in general, but I'm not super against it, just like a little bit. And if people wanna buy their stuff and they have the money to spend and it makes them happy, as long as something makes you happy, just do it. Like enjoy yourself. If you want this outfit and it costs you maybe $20-30 US, but you have a good income, you are not poor, then go ahead and buy it if it makes you happy. Like I'm not gonna stop you from doing that, but yeah, I still think it's a waste though that we can't get like a lot of the stuff through difficult means in game. Like they should at least make it like certain things in the shop you can get also in game, but it's only Savage and like super difficult content. Like if they made it like that, like the most difficult content gives you this, but if you don't want to do it or you can't, you can also buy it. Like that would be a way better option. But yeah, what do you guys think about the Final Fantasy XIV cash shop and cash shops in MMOs in general? Let me know in the comment section. And if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content. And I'd also really appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. And I wish everyone a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time.